Hey, what up, guys? All right, I'm doing my last What's Next this morning. It is going to be on undefeated former unified heavyweight champion Tyson Fury of the United Kingdom. Fury main evented an ESPN Plus card on Saturday, September 14th. We took on undefeated but unknown Otto Whalen. Fury suffered a bad cut in that fight, and he ended up scoring a one-sided 12-round unanimous decision over Whalen. No surprise here. Fury's not a big power guy. You know, he relies more on his boxing. So I was hoping he was going to go after a knockout and get it like he did in his last fight, but that didn't happen. And it doesn't take away from how good Fury is. He's just not a big power puncher, or like a Deontay Wilder type. So, big question now, what's next for Tyson Fury? Well, it's most likely going to be Deontay Wilder, but that's barring Wilder beats Ruiz Ortiz in their rematch, and this fight can be made earlier in the year like they keep talking. I think the chances of the fight getting made barring Wilder beating Ortiz in a rematch are good because with this cut happening, it's going to delay Fury from trying to get back in the ring anytime soon anyway, so he'll let the cut heal, wait around for Deontay Wilder. So, but let's see. Let's take a look at some top 10 options just in case that fight doesn't happen, because there's still that possibility. I think Ruiz Ortiz has a good chance of knocking off Wilder in whenever they fight. I think it's in November. So let's take a look at the top 10 and see what could possibly be next for Tyson Fury. We start with, Fury right now is my number one heavyweight in the world. Number two is undefeated WBC champion Deontay Wilder. I don't see these guys locking horns. I see them fighting next. I think Wilder will beat Ortiz in a rematch, but I do think it could go either way, so we just got to wait and see. But should be an interesting turn of events. But yeah, I do believe that Wilder is going to be the next opponent for Tyson Fury. But other options, number three right now is unified champ Andy Ruiz Jr. If Ruiz beats Anthony Joshua in a rematch, I wouldn't be surprised if Fury went after Ruiz. Ruiz, I think, would be down to make the fight, and I think the fight could happen. But the thing is, the winner of that fight's got a couple mandatories due, so I'm leaning towards the less likely if they want to hold on to the world titles. But just for best versus best type scenarios, I think that fight is possible. Anthony Joshua, if he beats Andy Ruiz in a rematch, I think Joshua's going to make one or two mandatories before he looks at the winner of Fury and Wilder. Just to hold on to the world titles and to build up the fight bigger. Because I think when any of these guys, the three big names, Fury, Wilder, or Joshua, lock horns, they're going to want it to be for all the world titles, for undisputed. So we'll see, though. But I think it's an outside option, but I don't see Anthony Joshua being next for Fury. Number five is Ruiz Ortiz. If he were to knock off Deontay Wilder, capture the WBC belt, and a rematch, a third fight wouldn't come to fruition for these two, I could see Fury fighting Ortiz next. I could see that. So, but that's got to happen. I do think Ortiz does have a solid shot of beating Wilder in the rematch, but I don't think he's going to win. I'm not predicting him to win, but I think he has a pretty good shot at beating Wilder, so we'll see. That could be a possibility is what I'm saying for Fury. Next is Joseph Parker, the former WBO champion. I don't see this fight happening next. He's a DAZN guy. It could, but I just think Fury's got other options that he'd rather go after. Parker isn't the most difficult, or isn't the easiest guy to fight. He kind of has an awkward style, so I don't see it. Dillian Whyte, I guess the fight could be made. It's too, Whyte is actually in line to fight the winner. Excuse me. He's in line to fight the winner of the WBC fight as long as he gets his drug testing cleared up and all that from his last one. So we just got to wait and see. But I wouldn't be surprised. I think it'd be a big fight in the UK between these two guys. So I think it'd be interesting. Number 8 is Alexander Povetkin, former WBA champion. I don't see this fight happening next, but I do think it could be a possibility if Fury does have to wait around for the Wilder fight to happen. I could see him fighting a guy like Povetkin. Povetkin's older, he's hittable, and I can see Fury outboxing him, possibly wearing him down and stopping him in the late rounds. So I think, that is a possibility. Then you also got Kubrat Pulev, the former world title challenger. He's in line to fight the winner of Joshua and Ruiz. But I think a big money fight right here, and the fact that these two guys are both with top rank, I could see these two guys locking horns, so I wouldn't be completely surprised. And then rounding out the top 10 is undefeated Joe Joyce. This is a high-risk, low-reward fight for Fury. Fury's a big name. Joyce isn't yet. Joyce is a real solid heavyweight, so I don't think he would take the chance on that. But that's pretty much it. Again, I think the Wilder fight is going to happen next for Fury. These are some of the other options, possible options. I think Wilder is going to happen next, though, for sure, for the WBC title and their rematch. We just don't know when. Wilder's got a fight in November. Fury's recovering from a cut. How many months off in between a fight is Wilder willing to take? Depends on how he beats Ortiz, if he does beat him. If Wilder knocks him out quick, I think these two guys could lock horns in March. If he has trouble with him, the fight might not happen until April, May, June area, the rematch. But I think these guys are willing to wait around to get this fight going. So we'll see. All right, guys, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this. What's next on Tyson Fury? True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.